Yo, Counter Tap podcast with myself, Lam,
Spence,
and Scott Ellis.
Shout out Big Scotty in the building. Scott, it's been a minute.
It has. It's been a while.
I ain't seen you in a while still. I think
not too bad. Mate.
Looking
too
good
bad,
as always, you know, Scott. I ain't gonna lie, the razor touching your dice, bro. Looking all glowing and everything.
Sun kissed.
that good beard as well.
Yeah, he's got a proper thing, innit?
Off work for 2 weeks. I got 4 more weeks left as well. I think that's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's
Well, you got straight 4 weeks off work?
6 weeks holiday, mate.
Oh yeah, cool. Summer, innit?
Oh,
God, do you know what? I even forgot that the kids ain't broken up, man. How you dealing with that? It must be manic in your house.
Just is what it is, isn't it? You just deal with it.
Yeah.
I think it's easier when you got 3, 4.
3, technically 4.
I feel like it's easier.
You got 3, 4?
I feel like it's easier sometimes. With the one, you have to entertain him all the
I
time.
suppose you've got to be.
Yeah. No, yeah. No, yeah.
One you leave your kids.
No. But yeah, one to one, like they might just want to do something. Them times like them sometimes they just can do their own thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Which is nice.
Constant, like.
It's expensive as well, man. But
yeah, 6 weeks holiday is the most expensive time ever.
Serious.
But that's why you just got to send them to camp. That's why I'm doing my camps. Shout out Spencer
Quick plug.
Excellence.
Shout out
You see that?
Spencer of Excellence.
You see that? Yeah,
That's what Carter does. He does camps all week. Doing camps.
Where's he at? Tigers?
He's doing Tigers next week. He's been at his other one this week. So yeah, it's just.
It's going to be a player now.
Yes.
I called it first. That's what I'm saying. I called it first. You heard the name, mate. Carter Ellis. I called it first.
Are you the agent?
We'll talk about it. We'll have that conversation after. Can we do that on off camera?
We may.
But shout out Spence, man. Been on the ball hour, got the ball hour cut, repping everything up.
Shout out Ball Hour.
Yeah, make sure the guys can see it. Move the hand, man. There you go. Shout out the ball hour.
Shout out Ball Hour. This is my favourite cup, man.
Oh, is it? It's a plastic cup. So what? You just recycling it? Is that the move?
Well, it's just like you got a cup at home, you wash it out in it, and you reuse it.
Yeah, but plastic is meant to be single use, bro.
Really?
I don't know.
Holds on to bacteria.
It does, yeah. It's meant to.
So what about when you got like plastic Tupperware?
It's not that clean. It's a different plastic.
Was it hot foods or certain things shouldn't go in it? I don't know what it is. So I'm not going to chat too much, but yeah.
Nah, this one's cool, man.
That one's cool. It's just the other ones, isn't it?
This one specifically.
All right, cool.
Wait, because to be fair, it's got rum in it. That's going to burn the bacteria, bruv.
It's a good point. Overproof.
Exactly.
Over 50%.
There you go. Anything over 50% is safe.
All right. Now, before we get into it, no Daps. Shout out Daps. He's hospital again.
Yeah, just getting
his wound cleaned out.
That's it, cleaned.
Yeah.
So speedy recovery.
Daps. Shout out Michael whilst we are at it as well. Big up Michael. Michael's funny, though.
That's my guy, man.
I've been kind of slightly trolling his Instagram. He's a funny guy, you know. He's a funny guy. Last week he called me out as well. What did I call him? A wanker. Yeah. Sorry, Michael.
And you apologise. That's nice.
Yeah. I'm that kind of guy.
From the heart as well.
Yeah, man. Do you know what I mean? Michael, aka Freeway, aka Flipside. Oh shit. Okay, but get us on Twitter on the Counter Say. Get us on Instagram. Where can we get you on Instagram, Michael? Spence.
Spence 2118. You can also get me now at Spence of Excellence.
Way.
So we're out here.
Moving mad. Scotty, what about you? Because Scott is active on Twitter.
On Twitter, I'm active. Yeah,
Scotty's a man on Twitter.
Him and
OP.
What is it? Scott? I don't even know. Scott Ellis Bex, I think.
Is it Bex?
How many times has Twitter locked you off?
I've been locked off a couple of times.
You as well?
Bro, he's been shut down
a couple of times. You used to change your name up a few times and that. Yeah, I think it's Scott Ellis Beck.
Trust it.
But yeah.
And you can get me on at Lamin Ojo on Instagram.
And Twitter.
Lamin Ojo on Twitter. Soon we'll be changing. And
why? Quickly.
Can I finish up there? Is that right?
You didn't have to be rude about it.
No, I don't think I was, but
go
Counter Tap Pod, Counter Tap Podcast, Counter Tap Pod on Instagram as well. So get us there. No, I'm changing it because I think I've got a. I've been talking about this for a while. This is about diverging the. You got to keep your private life private, and you got to keep your professional life professional. So it will get me a lot more active as well, because obviously my Instagram is private. So I've only got people that I generally know, interact with and that. But obviously as things are starting to move and, you know, the world is getting a lot smaller and we're starting to do some exciting stuff, I think.
Need to be open.
Need to be
accessible.
Need to be accessible, yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are doing too.
Yeah, if you look at the amount of people that are on my I'm just not talking myself up, but have requested me that I absolutely have no idea who these people are. I just don't. Do you know what my biggest fear is? Why my Instagram's never been open. I don't want to become a meme. I don't want to have done something funny and then someone catches it and it just goes everywhere. Yeah, so it's kind of a bit of a funny one, but yeah. So I will be getting another one and I will be letting everybody know where they can find me.
Can't wait
on that one. So yeah, big up. But yeah, so what we talking about first, man? I feel privileged that Scott's there. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I feel kind of. I'll see. I'll big you up. I reckon I might be your. No, outside of Daps, to be fair, I might be your number one fan.
Thank you, sir.
Because to be fair, Dapple's always Scott and Morris. I think I could get the.
I had to leave my shadow today, innit?
Yeah, where is he, man?
He's about, man. I was with him earlier, but yeah, he's good, man. He's good. He's studying hard. Yeah, he's all good. He's doing his masters in. I don't even know what it's in. So but yeah,
that's a good friend, that isn't it?
Oh, well, I was just gonna say
support in it. Don't matter what you do. Yeah.
No, that's quality. That's quality. Should we just remind the listeners how long we've known each other, Scott?
I knew Lamin. I don't know how he was, but I was. Lamin went to my primary school. Lamin was in my primary school. Well, his brother was in my year, and I think I spotted Lamin first as a player. Oh, to be fair. I think he was one of the only year 3 or year 4s. I don't know what year he was, but he's one of the only ones that was allowed to. He was the only one that was allowed to play in the cage from his year. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Like it wasn't really allowed to just anyone.
It weren't that kind of environment.
Certain standards. So yeah, no, Lamin's been around, and then obviously from the area. And we finally linked back up at Leighton
Square. Big up Leighton Square.
Then the Dulwich thing. So yeah, it's always been.
And then back at Millwall.
Yes. Yeah, then Lamin, we playing at Millwall. And I said, proper competitive. I see one time Lamin walked through the door. So I was like, Rob, Morris must have called Lamin. Like, wicked, good signing. I see Lamin lining up for the other team. I said, ref. I said, ref.
I got the call from
Piper. Yo, ref, hello. I said, nah. I said, because it was like, it was almost like Peckham v. Wolf Road.
Wolf Road, yeah.
Nah, Lamin. Nah. So we had to bide our time. We had to bide our team, and then we put a transfer in for him. And then,
and I don't. We
signed him and Daps.
I don't think we ever looked back from.
We signed him and Daps. To be fair, just took both of them.
And the other team stopped turning up, and then we had to lock it off.
Yeah,
that's just how it goes, man.
Boss,
that's just how it goes. But to be fair, this week, with regards to football, I think there's been a lot going on. I will openly apologise to any Arsenal fan. Because I said that the Pepe thing was a distraction. So, apologies.
How are you guys, you both Arsenal fans, how are you guys feeling about the Pepe signing?
You know what? To me. I haven't even followed football, honestly, since the end of the season.
Okay.
I've been so busy.
You give up on Arsenal?
No. Just my own. I'd never give up on Arsenal. But to be fair, like I see all the stuff with it. To be fair, I don't really know much about him. I ain't seen him play.
Yeah.
But listen, with us and signings, there's
not
always
what you need, is he? So no matter what, you don't care.
Well, how many times have I said that, Lam? I couldn't give a fuck who we buy. We could buy Ronaldo and Messi.
It actually don't matter, does it?
We're gonna concede.
I know. I was speaking to Daps today, and he was saying that it makes no sense. Like, good signing, as in good player, good prospect, or whatever.
Good potential.
You need a centre back.
Yeah,
you signed a centre back and sent him back on loan.
Can you imagine?
Like we need centre back. We need
defensive-minded players.
We need a right back.
You need defensive-minded players. It doesn't even matter what. It doesn't even matter what position they're in.
That is the
You just need to start wanting to defend.
I don't know if this Tierney deal is gonna finally happen, or if it's happened or not happened. I have no idea.
Again, I wouldn't say you need a left back.
No, it's not. That's not the position.
Our centre's so weak, man. Like disgusting.
And the midfielder in front. Midfielder in front.
Would you call a tree that's half cut down? When you call it's like a stub. A stub. It's the stub of the team. There you go. I've coined a new phrase. It's the stub of the team. That's when you.
Is that including the goalkeeper? Or are you happy with the goalkeeper?
I think the goalkeeper's okay. I'm not. I don't think he's
been exposed so much. You can't.
I'll be honest. I was saying this to someone the other day. If you get peppered as much as they pepper our goal, I'm not being funny.
And he's a bit more of a distribution goalkeeper. Not obviously goalkeepers have to save the ball as well. But I'm
saying but he likes to play with his feet. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think he's a decent keeper. I think he's a bit. You see, like how. Like De Gea was when he first come.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's the first season, especially when you're small and then man have to get a bit bigger.
It's hard to deal with the physicality of the Prem. Yeah. Like not many players hit the ground running.
I think he's done all right though, man.
He's not been.
You got to remember who he's playing. You got to remember who's playing in front of him.
Out. Yeah, and he's got no leader in front of him. But nothing's really stood out.
Yeah.
But who would you want though?
This is the thing. Who would we want that is?
And don't forget, you lot have to do 5-year installments and all that crap. So
bruv,
who's available? Never mind who do you want.
Do you know? I think that part of me, I take it back. Part of me did switch off a little bit because when I see shit like that, I think
40 mil. What are you supposed to do with that?
Like,
in today's market.
Like, but it's just the whole you know what I mean? We'll give you like a tenner today. Yeah. We'll give you a score on Tuesday, and then
do you know what really hurts me?
All the other days.
I'll tell you what really hurts me. Even if you're gonna do the installments thing, you don't have to do it on set milestones. So you could do it as in we're buying you. For example, the reason from what
you're saying like we'll give you monthly or we'll do this.
Yeah.
Like they're doing it on.
They're doing it. It's weird. Like
if we win the goal set, if we win this, if we win that, if we do this,
you got to make 50 appearances.
Like I was saying on the podcast about 3 or 4 weeks ago that now you've gone for, instead of paying for outcome on the product, you're paying for potential. And it's weird how the club are almost trying to mindfuck another club to say, do you know what? Cool. If we get to Champions League, then we'll pay this amount, but we're initially going to buy you for this amount. Yeah.
I think that's what Leicester said with Man United, isn't it? Because I think they're saying 10 million if we make Champions League. Leicester saying we don't know if you're going to make Champions League.
We might make Champions League.
How's that? Leicester on us? Do you get what I mean?
Leicester think themselves, we might make Champions League. You might not make Champions League. And it's the same with the Tierney thing with regards to Celtic. Celtic
Champions League as well. Kind of thing. Yeah,
it's 30 million. Pay the 30 mil.
Yeah,
but they're saying, well. And Celtic are saying, well, with all due respect, we don't know whether you're going to get top 4. We don't know whether you're going to get Champions League.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Which is right.
Especially now. Especially this season, Liverpool and Man City, the only teams guaranteed top 4.
That you know are going to be in the top 4.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's so open now.
I worry about Chelsea a little bit, but Chelsea will be Chelsea. They'll be
Chelsea. They'll find a way. But you got Wolves, Leicester and Everton that could not.
Those Wolves, Leicester...
Everton. If Everton sign that, who they trying to sign? They're trying to they've got him now.
They've got Keane
and
they're trying to get Zaha.
Yeah.
So
that takes them to a different level,
bruv. They're instantly.
That puts them challenging with you.
Top 5, top 6, instantly.
I think the only
provided
problem
that Mauro Silva can kind of blend it together though, because I think
they finished strong last season as well.
I think it is about them. I think they've found the right balance in the midfield now with Ndidi and
no, that's Leicester.
No, that's Leicester. Sorry, what am I talking about?
Gay, but he's just gone PSG though.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he's just gone PSG. Right boy. He missed that one.
I missed that one. Completely. What raw.
He's gone.
He's gone. Man City. Shout out Scotty.
You just got it just now.
I just got it. Shout out Scotty Ellis. Okay.
Yeah, he's gone thingy, but they got Delph.
How much you get for him?
I'm not sure.
I was gonna guess and say 30, but that was just a random. That was a random number. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. Okay.
The thing is, the only thing with them is
good player. Okay.
I think he done very well.
He's on Kante. He's like Kante.
He's like Kante.
I'm not saying he's
Paris Saint-Germain. Wow.
I think Leicester gonna be really strong.
Listen. Leicester are going to be very.
The only thing, it's a hard one because some of them because they haven't done it before. See, like when Spurs a few years ago, you looked and was like they should make top 4.
When you say done it, what do you mean? Because they have won the
league.
They have won the league.
A core of that team.
That's what I was about to say. A core of that team is still there.
No, they have, but it's like
and the owners.
Nah, I get that, but it's
same people.
Like they won the league. And other than that season, they've been nowhere near it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a freak.
It was a freak. It was a freak, but at the same time, at the same time, don't forget they won the championship as well. And that mindset keeps you there. So they won the. Don't forget they won the championship. Yeah. And the next season, I think they've just made. I think they had a crazy run at the end.
No, they were meant to. They should have gone down. And then they finished strong.
Do you get what I mean? Because that's because of mentality, though.
And then from that one. Won the Premier League, and then obviously when you win the Prem, a lot comes with that. So you got extra games,
they got Champions League.
The season after that,
they done good.
Just about
they got a good man. They got a manager now as well.
What did they finish? 8th, 7th?
They finished good. No, but they finished playing well last season.
And they signed that what's his name? The midfielder they signed. He's a good signing.
Oh, Tielemans. Yeah,
with NDD.
Very good.
Madison. They got some players, man.
Yeah, good player.
I like
Tielemans a lot.
I think Tielemans a lot. I'd like to see Wolves.
I was going to say Leicester, Wolves and Everton. Who's finishing above? Who's finishing on top of them?
I think Leicester.
All I'm saying is
I think Everton,
Wolves are
something about Everton.
Wolves are the one team that
goals.
Yeah, I like. They'll play better football, but if Everton get goals,
I think that's what
it could be dangerous.
Everton been missing that for a while.
It could be dangerous.
But do you know what I think?
But do you know, Everton can be dangerous, but they were kind of like that as well with
they've always been like that.
Martinez.
Yeah, they've always been.
Remember when he first
there.
come?
Yeah, but I just feel that Silva might have a little different.
I hope so.
Now he's settled
because I want him to do well at the club. But I do get what you mean because Everton have this tendency to be very flip floppy, innit?
If they'd from Moyes Day, innit?
It's weird. Like they could go and beat Arsenal, say like, come and do us like 3-1 comfortably. Yeah. But then they could easily lose 5-2.
They'll lose to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
That's the right team, though. That's why, because Bournemouth can tonk, man, you know.
Bournemouth can do the same.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like Everton have got that. Yeah, again, it's like anything. Obviously, to do well, you just need that consistency.
But this is kind of the point, though. So when we go back to this transfer thing, you've got Man United and Arsenal trying to flex their muscles on a lot of these teams, and these teams are saying, "Well, yesteryear we would have gone,
it's not as obvious who's going to win it. And like these teams are looking at you like, rah, if
a top 8.
If I don't sell you my player, I can come above you.
Can you imagine?
Do you get what I mean? That's what man are looking at.
Like if we give you, we're making you a little bit stronger now. Whereas before it was we weren't
nowhere near it.
You can't argue about it.
Or before it was he's much better than what we've got. So we need to sell him to kind of refinance and do whatever. But now...
we could sell him and buy 4 players. Because this is our level.
Yeah.
Whereas these teams ain't looking at it as raw. Do you know what? That's because of the TV money. TV money, people can compete.
It's all changed, bro.
Do you get what I mean? Like these clubs are looking at Arsenal like, rah, you're spending 40 mil. We've got more than that.
And Arsenal still
Crystal Palace, Zaha's getting paid. Zaha was going to take a pay cut to go to Arsenal.
To come to Arsenal, can you imagine?
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So these clubs are looking at, rah, we can compete with you now.
And I think Arsenal, we're looking at it like we're Arsenal of
before,
like invincible.
Yeah. Our generation, we'd naturally, if I'm at Palace and Arsenal coming for me, I'm going. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's our generation.
Now people
Arsenal.
are like,
wait a minute. You want me to go down to 90 grand when I'm getting 120 over here?
Remember when Arsenal trying to get Vardy, and in the end he was like,
he said no,
thank you.
He said no, I'm all right.
That's crazy. But you go back 5 years,
you could never say no to Arsenal.
But he would have took pay cut, would have took everything to come. But imagine you thought about it and thought, nah, I think I'll stay here.
I think that's Arsenal's last 10 years. I think Man United, they're coming away from that stage, but I think Man United is still at that stage where it's Man United.
It's on the borderline.
You had to go, that is Man United. That is a massive.
Do you know why? You can still, even like the young ones will still know, they'll know City are flying now, but you still know,
it's the size of the club.
But you give it maybe like another 5 years, and it's kind of like the old like Liverpool.
If Man United don't do nothing,
it will change again.
It'll be like how Liverpool used to be.
That's who they're going into.
And then it will be like,
that's what we are.
You're currently Liverpool.
Liverpool of that sort of, what's that?
We're kind of worse.
Mid-90s.
No, you lot Liverpool, because every time you lot argue with someone, you lot start talking about the past. You lot have turned into the new Liverpool. I swear to God.
What have you won? 10 years ago.
Have you ever won the Prem without losing a game?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll rinse that one.
You have to, especially when you've got nothing else.
It's horrible, man.
It's sad, man.
It's a sad situation, you know.
My son turned around to me and says, because when we live in Tottenham and they're doing the stadium, he's like, why don't we support Tottenham? They got a new stadium. I'm like, shut up. Like, don't do that.
That's offensive.
And like, my son probably turned around and was like, no, but why don't we?
All right, but stuck it on you.
No, like, but genuinely asking a question.
What did you say?
I was just like, shut up.
Still?
Don't talk to me.
Doesn't deserve an explanation, does it?
We're Arsenal fans.
And then you had KD come and go,
Yeah, and I folded. But it's like, really and truly, what can I say to you? Because you're going to go to school and, I mean, they've seen Leicester win the league.
You lot are setting your children up for like to get it in school.
What can I say to them?
See how quick I came up, by the way. I have this problem whenever I have anything magic in my apple juice.
So another one?
No, I can't.
Why?
Be criminal.
I thought he was hinting. I thought he was, you know the ones that
yeah.
I ain't tasted that one before.
What's that? What brand's that?
Criminal, man. No, but Arsenal, do you know what it is? Zaha, I feel for him. Do you know why? Because Arsenal could easily say, we will pay you for the next 3 years, 20 million a year, regardless of what happens, because we want to buy this player. He's 60 million quid. If they lose him to Everton, because Everton have come in and bidded and wanted to put proper money down, it's the beginning of the end.
I feel they've thrown him away now, though, haven't they? They don't want him no more, do they?
Who, Arsenal?
Yeah, they got Pepe now, and they've got that over 5 years. They're spending
it's
over 5
great
years.
business for them, but it's just a mockery for the fans.
It is, and
it's a mockery.
Proven already, isn't he? This Pepe, you don't know what you're getting.
In the league, ripping us up, ripping everybody else up. What are you thinking about?
Yeah.
And if you look at his
You spent
contribution to
80
Palace
mil on
last year,
potential, but you're scared to buy a thingy on Zaha. And I don't know.
the geezer wins games by himself.
But Woody, this is the thing. Some players, do you reckon they better where they are?
Some like big.
I think
Laetitia and that.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought he might be, but at the same time, when I look at, it's like I was having this conversation with Daps when we was on it last week, and I was just saying, I don't really think that we needed him or we need him or play even like him. However, when you look at the players that we're linked with,
then why not take him?
He is the one that you pick. You go, we'll take him.
He's played in the Prem. You know what you're getting. He's an Arsenal fan. He's English.
Playing at Arsenal.
I know he plays for Ivory Coast, but
he'll score. He could score 20 goals a season, 20, 30 goals a season. Do you know what I mean? Because he'll have enough, if he plays, he'll have enough chances. Do you know what I'm saying? But the problem that we've got at the moment is that, like you said, it's just completely skewed. And I think this whole Pepe thing is a distraction. I'm telling you, it's a distraction. It's a distraction. No, I'm taking my apology back because it's still a distraction because we're not fixing the problem. We can't even give Mustafi away at the moment. And I'm saying to myself, Koscielny's saying he wants to bounce and he definitely wants to go, but they're not, for some reason, they're putting their foot down.
They're putting their foot down, but that's what I'm trying to say. Surely you need to just get rid of that.
Get rid
of him.
Clear the thing out, man.
Get rid of him.
But obviously, financials will probably dictate that they can't do that because then they'll finish at a certain point and it just becomes all funny, bro. Do you know what I mean? But whilst we were on talking about last week, do you lot see the poll that me and Daffo put up about KDB?
Kevin De Bruyne and Pogba.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that one, Scott? Because I did tell Daps, it won't be as clear. Because Dapo was going, nah, it's instantly Pogba's got more ability. And I'm like, Daps, think about what you're saying probably.
That's what I'm trying to say. I think they've got different abilities. It's very hard to...
I tried to make this point.
Kevin De Bruyne's got like a winger's ability, if you get what I mean. But then he can go in centre midfield and just do a madness.
And do it,
Do you get what I mean? Where Pogba's neat, he's got skill, he's got a range of passing, and he's physical.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And that is one of his strengths. So it's I don't know, it's hard to compare the two. But I think technical ability wise, I'd go De Bruyne.
Hey.
But all round, I don't know. It depends. Obviously, looking at the Prem, obviously Kevin De Bruyne. It sounds silly comparing the two.
It's a nonsense.
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. But looking at putting both of them in the same team, what can they both do? It's not easy. Gap.
But this is what I was trying to say to Daps last week. I was saying to him because Daps was going to.
Who did Daps say?
He's easily Pogba. I'm like, Daps, I don't think it's as easy as you're saying.
Because people say Pogba can't defend, but De Bruyne can't really defend either. Do you get what I mean? But De Bruyne, this is the point. I think I made it on Twitter last season. Like Pogba has a different expectation than everyone else.
100%.
So you'll say Pogba's not defending, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. I've never heard man say David Silva don't defend well.
Precise.
Do you get what I mean? Obviously he defends well as in his team at Man City, he closes the ball down, but I don't know, he's judged differently.
Thank you. There's different expectations put on them, even though more and more they're playing in a very similar area of the pitch.
Of course they are.
Do you know what I'm saying? They played.
And if you ask me who's playing better, obviously Kevin De Bruyne.
De Bruyne is playing.
Who's running the game and blah blah. But it's easier for him to run the game though.
But it is easier because he plays in a much better team. The only thing I was saying to Daps though is that when Daps said, "No, I think I'm like Daps," and I think Spence, you made it in a group and you said, "Yeah, but if you come away from it and you look at it on just ability and you look at it on who's doing it and who does it, you can't argue with De Bruyne."
They're on the set, Do
you know what I'm saying?
Like, the thing is, everyone's got attributes or your strengths.
Yeah.
And KDB uses his strengths.
I think very
consistently.
He used them and Man City used them as well though.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Leverage that,
yeah.
I don't think Man United are using Pogba's strengths. No. Per se.
I agree with
to an extent, but then what would you say?
Me personally,
so strengths,
not his strengths. Do you know what it is?
He's passing.
I think, obviously, I think you need to get the ball to him as quick as you can.
Yeah.
Whereas they've got holding midfielders like Matic, who's just going to slow the game down and take long to give him the ball or whatever. That's not giving him an excuse. But when he was playing with Pirlo, you get the ball when
he gets the ball all the time. Yeah, it's true.
Whenever I'm in a good position, I'm going to get the ball. Yeah, and that's when he's effective. Yeah. And De Bruyne gets the ball when he needs to get it.
Yeah.
Other times you don't need it. David Silva's in a better position because Man City play that football. So I don't. It's hard, man.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Very, very hard.
My thing with Pogba is like like the little ones where say like he might come and get the ball off the back four, or like in like the left back area and get it and wait for 2-3 players to try and like close him in, try something. It kind of doesn't work. They take the ball off him and then they just go in towards goal and he doesn't move. Like it's kind of like
that's the other
like side of it is
that's
like
the side of it.
Well, you are good enough that you don't need to let them get that close.
Do you know what? I almost feel that side of it to an extent, taints.
Of course it does.
View.
Of course it does.
And do you know what it is? Because of, obviously, his physical size, his big boy, and because of his loud persona, it's almost amplified even more because it's very theatre.
You're always looking out for him. You're always looking out for him. Of course you are.
Everything's theatre. Pogba's
it's a show. It's a show.
He's either going to win a Grammy
it's a show.
Or he's going to win
it's a show. No one cares if Silver or De Bruyne don't run back. But
they do though. To be fair,
part of the show. No, of course they do. They're in a different team. They're in a different setting where if I run past you, I'm turning around to you and saying, "Yo, what's going on?" Where Man United's not really like that. Yeah, do you get what I mean? So it's different. It's different there, but
because you know, like when they went through obviously that period when like, and it was like like Mourinho shackles. Then Oli came in. And I mean, even that period, like he had a period where he scored a few goals. I think there was a game, I think maybe it was Huddersfield. I watched like maybe 2 or 3 games. I thought there was one game where I thought, I think he played well. But other than that, like he scored like a couple goals. But again, for what the attributes that I look and I think, this is what this boy can do. Yeah. For me, I just don't think he does enough.
Yeah.
That's just my personal thing on Pogba.
For the position, isn't it?
For the just
like Man United,
he can ping a ball.
Have you seen him play at France? Do you think he does enough for France, or do you reckon him in general?
No,
I don't for France
one as well. I think the jury's out on that one.
Yeah,
you know,
I think he can.
Before he come to when he was at Juve and there was the talk he was coming, and it was just before the 2016 Euros. That was the one in France, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? I'd seen a little bit of him, but I didn't really watch him like that. So I thought, you know what? Let me really just watch him.
Going on.
And I watched him, and I thought, he just doesn't. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do much.
As in, do you reckon he doesn't affect the game enough? Doesn't conduct the game enough?
He doesn't. Like I can watch the game, and I wouldn't realize he's on the pitch.
He plays. Yeah, I agree with that. I think he plays in too many spurts.
Yeah, he plays.
He has like a 10 minutes where he's a madness. Then he's too quiet for a little bit, and then he might have another 5 minutes somewhere else. And that's not.
And I think for so like there was that. I thought even like this World Cup gone. There was one game where I thought he done really well, but on a whole, like watching like the games, like over 90 minutes, not like you know what I mean, a 10-minute clip on whatever. I thought, for me, he just didn't do enough.
It's weird. I think with that France team here, I always found it weird when I was watching them. I always found it weird because it's like obviously they got a load of runners. They've got Kante, they got Matuidi or whatever. They got them running. Like sometimes like. There's no one to slow down. Do you get what I mean? There's no one. There's no space nowhere. Do you get what I mean? I think
this not even a pop. It's not even a pop at Pogba. I didn't think France were good.
No, they wasn't. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I meant. I don't think that
tournament.
I don't see how their midfield works. Like I don't. It doesn't work for me.
The balance ain't right.
Like with me, I'd like even when people talk about Chelsea, you've got to put Kante defensive midfield. I'd put both of them. Because I like Jorginho, whatever his name is. I like Jorginho there as well.
Same.
Do you get what I mean? So I wouldn't take Jorginho out because I think that takes away from Kante.
Just change the shape.
Change the shape. I'd put 2 in. Do you get what I mean? And then obviously Kante can go sometimes.
That's a really good observation because a lot of people do talk about that and just say just put the one, just put Kante back where he's meant to be. But then
the thing is,
you don't leverage both people's abilities.
Do you know when people were like proper coming for and like saying, "Oh, sorry, what's he doing?" Like Kante has to play there. He has to play there. You know, Kante. Like even where he was playing, it's a little bit further forward. But he's still in midfield. He can still do that job. He can still recover the ball. Like his attributes, what he's good at is not going to change. 10 yards further up the pitch.
I think there was one stage though, and I think he did change it. Kante was pressing the deep midfielder, and I think that's what they might have changed because he was pressing man at the edge of their box. Obviously, once it's like within 6 seconds or whatever, then but he wasn't retreating. Basically, he was just basically one ball over Kante. If you're playing against Chelsea, you're thinking just avoid him.
Do you know what I noticed though with that one? I think people started getting a bit funny when obviously Jorginho was the deep line player. But you saw Kante doing, like you're saying, you see him doing the press and you see him not just doing the press, but even when they've got the ball, making the third man run, you're thinking,
because I don't think Kante's a defensive midfielder. Obviously he can play. He's a
box-to-box man.
He's just
He's a box-to-box man that is just
He's that man that used to play against in Burgess that used to just piss you off. He's always there. Like you're going to switch, you're about to switch the play and it's like just come and kick your leg like that brother from Burgess.
He anticipates the game very, very well. Do you know what I mean? And he's always like stepping in. He knows where he needs to be. But because he's got so much energy, he can just do it at the same pace the full 90 minutes.
Yeah, he goes at the same.
Like, but it's like, again, it's like, you know, like the media will proper poison, man. You remember after 2 games, all of
Sorry
them.
ball. Sorry ball. Yeah.
All of them are Sarri's this, that, Jorginho's this, that.
Because Jorginho was bad, that's why.
Then 10 minutes later, oh my God, get him out. I remember it was against Man United. Was it in the FA Cup? At the bridge?
No, it wasn't FA Cup. It was the league when Kante scored.
No. United scored. I don't know if it was FA Cup. It was a game, but I remember watching it and I wound it back and I proper made my missus watch. And I goes, listen to this idiot. And like, because they were, for the first goal,
Spence house.
I need to find out what game it was. But the first goal, they were just showing, look, I forgot who it was, but look, they come off Jorginho and look, he's not even tracking his runner, blah, blah, blah. And they show the goal. Then they show the second one, but they're talking about something different. Look at this run. It was great. But I think Pogba ended up scoring. He's run off of Kante and Kante's not.
But it didn't matter because it never fitted the narrative.
It never fitted the narrative.
Do you see what I'm saying? But then the problem is if you watch the game this,
they don't fit the narrative.
Or you watch the game like with your phone in your hand, you just like you just pick up the buzzwords.
I've stopped doing that, you know.
You can't.
I used to tweet whilst I'm watching.
No, you can't.
Or be in a sports group like football. I said, no.
I'll turn everything off.
I can't do it. I said, I'll come back at half time or when there's a big injury. I can't do it because I'm one that likes to watch the game.
Otherwise, you can't. Otherwise, you can't watch it. Yeah. I don't like to watch. Like even let's all meet up and go Shoreditch for a game. If it's a game I don't care about, I'll go. But otherwise, I'm just like, I need to.
That's like me.
I'm exactly World Cups. I used to go obviously for the atmosphere, blah blah. But I used to record it.
Do you know what?
So you can go home and watch it.
Do you know what used to happen when I used to do that? It used to spoil it. It used to spoil it for me because I would be there thinking, no disrespect. Obviously, you go people who generally know about football. You think to yourself, your opinion of football, so
you just don't see it the same sometimes.
Yeah, you just don't see it the same.
It gets difficult.
Even like my missus would say to me, why don't you go and watch like the FA Cup final or the Champions League final, or even when it was World Cup? And I said, you know what? I said, I ain't gonna lie. I said, I'd rather you weren't even there.
Yeah.
Like, and I was just in the house by myself, innit? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? But the fact you're here, just pretend that.
Just don't talk.
Just don't talk. Alone, innit?
No, just don't talk. Go on your phone, do anything you want. Just don't talk.
Trust me. Just let me focus on what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Let alone having a bunch of screaming people around me, man. Do you know what I mean? But no, it is an interesting one. But here, what do you got to think about this, right? I've just checked it out, yeah? This is something that a guy called Uncle Stel. This is from Twitter.
Shout out Stel.
Shout out Stel.
Who's Uncle?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure his uncle.
Shout out Uncle.
It says,
nephew as well.
Your thoughts on the nonsensical comparisons fans make between players their team has signed with those that are linked with rival clubs, such as stats, 30-second video montages with crap techno music and crap nicknames. Thanks. So he's asking us basically, what are our thoughts between these people comparing players that other clubs have signed, and obviously only knowing about them through looking at stupid 30-minute YouTube videos.
I know I've heard you speak about stats before, and I've said it loads. I hate stats. No, do you know what it is? The thing is, they're not bullshit. They're not bullshit.
But
if they're put into the right context, they're very, very, very good.
But
do you understand?
Raw data is good.
What did I see the other day? I saw the newest stat I saw was how much Pogba walked around the pitch, or how much Lukaku
it's
walked around the pitch.
It's so unnecessary.
Like,
do you know how much Messi walks around the pitch?
It doesn't make no sense. Messi walks around the pitch. The first 10 minutes of the match, he's already said he doesn't touch the ball. He just walks around.
He knows it.
So he wants to look where the defenders stand and blah blah. So like, I don't know. It's just making sure it fit into what you want it to be.
Yeah. Stats are good, but
they can be good.
It's like it can be used for evil.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
For instance, I'm gonna say I was gonna say earlier actually. I was like, when you talk about Pogba, that midfielder, I was like, what do you want from him?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because
what do you
want from him as a centre midfielder, not as Pogba, but as a centre midfielder.
What are you comparing?
I want to see those stats, and that's it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? The only stat that I want that Sky Sports and these people don't use that I want to see people how people have dribbled with the ball, like how they've taken the ball. I don't know what you'd call it, driving with the ball, or just like carrying.
Yeah.
Because I think that's such an important stat. Like someone like Sterling, he would bust up, like, you know, like how it relieves pressure, you know, as a manager. Now the way it relieves pressure,
get you up the park.
It just gets you up the park, and it just changes everything. I think that's one of the best stats that they need to bring out. They don't really use. But I want to see how much, because they do it in American football, don't they? Like yards or something. They'll say how much yards and stuff like that. Like when I was playing, I would have got no yards. Every single night, no yards. I was slamming on 1-2 touch, not 1 yard. But I appreciate man that can dribble, like especially from midfield. Yeah, I appreciate man. I've never been able to do it, but I appreciate.
Do you know what it is? You know, like even when you talk about stats, and even when shout out Crosser, because I love Crosser.
Shout out Crosser.
When we like the KDB thing and Pogba, and on on the Instagram and I said KDB, and he was like, why? And then I just said my reasons why. Like basically what I said there, I just think for what he's got in his arsenal consistently, he does it to a level.
He could do it any team will do it.
Cross the track
so.
shit. Yeah, he does.
But I like cross. And then he goes, but then he come back and was like, but like Pogba's like been the driving force behind his team getting to the Euros.
Which, in fairness, he makes sense. He has his moments when he makes sense.
The thing is, but I wouldn't.
But the problem is
he played in a team. Like he played in a team that went to the finals.
This is it. His opinions are laced with bullshit.
But this is what I'm saying, where like where the stats thing can come into it. But you know, when people say, who's a better centre back out of Virgil van Dijk? No, this is like, for example, Virgil van Dijk or Gary Cahill.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will say, Van Dijk, because
if they judge it on tackles and defensive this and the
well, if it judges it on what you're judged on doing, which is what it should be, but then people will come and say, no, but he's not won a league, he's not won Champions League, he's not had X amount of caps.
The one that you hear a lot is, but Cahill made more tackles. But people don't understand.
No, and it's not bringing goals.
But why is he making more tackles?
Yeah, it's true. Recovery tackles and stuff.
To be fair, Spence's always been the one that called us out. Like, a lot of these stats there, you got to look at them. And this is what I was saying last week as well. There's something that, shout out AJ Dotty again. He's put his thing in my mind, right? It's called
Dotty.
It's called unbiased opinion.
Shout you out,
unbiased opinion. So he's basically it's what's the conditions around what's happened that's made you look at that thing in the way you have. So with the Cahill and the Van Dijk one, Van Dijk doesn't need to make 50 last-ditch challenges. He just doesn't need to do it. Do you know why? Because
he closes out source.
Exactly. He prevents it from the bloody genesis of what he can see. Whereas Cahill may not be able to 100%. See it, and then he makes a challenge.
That's why Rio was always. That's why Rio for me was always at a certain.
He was always the best
because there was no recoveries.
John Terry. This is why, like, and I am a bit of a fan, like football wise, but not as highly as he's regarded. Because again, it's like what when you're watching the game and the average person, no offense to him, they want to see something which is eye-grabbing.
They see moments.
And eye-grabbing is, the ball's been whipped in and I got there and he's kicked me in the head, or he's gone past me and I've just done that last ditch to win it. And do you know what I mean?
Want it to be in it.
Yeah, it's the action.
Like they'll always say, like I think I saw on Twitter not so long ago, John Terry is a great leader, great. Yeah, wait a minute. He slept with it. I'm sorry. You can't be a great leader.
You can't be a great leader.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's got to affect what you're doing.
That has got to
I'm not saying he wasn't a good captain on the pitch, but I'm saying, like,
but as a leader,
but that won't affect nothing because of who it is.
Yeah, you're not a leader.
Do you understand? Like, it's a lot bigger than that. I don't know, man.
No, spot on. I think
how good is Van Dijk then?
I think he's. I think. Do you know what? I think we'll go on to see. I've always said to people, the first season sometimes a bit of a honeymoon. Let's see it the second and the third. I actually think he's got the ability to be probably one of the best ever, because there's no area he doesn't tick. There's no box for his job he doesn't tick. So for me, but it's about, can he tick the main box, the consistency one? Can he be?
That's what makes you
at the top level.
That's how you become a top.
I think that's the only thing he's missing.
Can he be unreal this coming season? Can he lead this Liverpool team to potentially having X amount of number of clean sheets, or for him just being able to marshal it? Can he freeze out top strikers in the majority of the big games and in the crunch moment? And also for me, can he add more goals?
I think they need to give him the armband. I don't know why, but that makes a big difference.
I don't think they will.
I think no, because they got Henderson. He's a good. He seems like a good captain, but I just feel it makes. I think that affected Rio a little bit.
It did.
Where Rio was never consistently like captain.
The main,
do you get what I mean? You're like the main man. So when you're comparing like him and Terry, like who should be captain for England, like you're not even captain of the club. Do you get what I mean? So it kind of messed that up. Although he seemed like a good leader as whenever someone played with him at centre back, they always played better. Like I always compared Wes Brown and Sylvester. They were terrible when they were together. When they were together, but when they was with Rio, it was like he had them on a lead. Do you get what I mean? So I can see the influence.
I always thought Wes Brown was fucking awesome, you know.
He was with Rio.
I always thought.
He was.
I always thought this guy's sick.
Some obviously partnerships work, innit? Some partnerships make it better for other people, but in general, Rio was a good foil for him. Like Rio's obviously got that calmness.
Rio just doesn't get enough love. Like when I look back at it, I think back now, I think fucking hell. Like there's so many times and you just think to yourself, this geezer, I don't know. The thing is, and this is the hardest thing to gauge in football, which is what you're saying about the moments thing, yeah? You can't quite see how good someone is if they're not necessarily...
If they're not pushed.
Yeah, and if they're not necessarily doing things that you're gonna catch in the highlights, like the headers and the tackles or whatever.
The last ditch.
But you know what? Like for me, like that is what makes you a good player or very good player or that good a player.
Yeah.
Like sometimes on the pitch, like we got a boy who like come in, we've signed him now, he come in like on trial. And every game, like you'd never watch and say, oh yeah, he was man of the match. You probably never would say it, but you'd never say he's had a bad game. But that is a sign of a good player.
Yeah.
I can do what I'm good at.
You don't even notice
every game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like as good as like Ashley Cole, and I always like for me, I always say he's the best English player ever.
I've always said
before like the whole like everyone started to say it in the media and everything, like check it after like once he obviously when he first come in, he was a wide boy and then he come back to left back. But once he got settled in that Arsenal team,
he was unreal.
He just done that.
It was unreal.
Like they would never because they had all the top. Like you had Perez, you had Henry, you had Vieira, Bergkamp. But I bet if you spoke with them boys, they probably would always pick. And what team have you ever seen where they're doing like their best 11 and Ashley Cole's come there?
Whoever's played with Ashley Cole, he's in the team.
Like he's always there. Same thing at Chelsea. You got the other like superstars, but he always just done that.
I think is it easier as a fullback? Almost like what you was just saying, as in you don't stand up, but you don't make like. Yeah. I'm asking, is it
fullback's an easier position than middle of the park?
Yeah.
But again, it depends. It depends on Sorry, what's going on here?
So now do you know what? I just remembered I got a question for you, Doc.
Okay. Sorry. But it just kind of I think it just depends on the system you play and what you're asking from your fullback.
Yeah.
But for me, Ashley could do it. Like going forward, he was effective. Defensively, he was other than obviously like the Ronaldo ones early. Once he got settled, no one ripped him. I remember Arjen Robben for when he was at Bayern, when Cole was at Roma. No, Roma times. Roma. I watched Dan and I thought, fuck me. Like I've never seen Cole get turned inside out.
Do you know who done him one time?
He's done him. I've seen it.
Rooney done him one time.
Only once.
When who's that cup final? I think you lot might have won it on penalties though.
That dead
when
one.
They switched them. They switched them. They put Ronaldo over on Lauren, I think.
We got back.
And they put Rooney over on Cole, and Rooney just gave him problems. But it was more positioning more than getting at him and going at him. But the positioning seemed to have got him that time.
Yeah.
Where's this thing? I was going to ask you about forwards. Go on.
While Scotty looks for that, I'm just going to switch it up real quick. So, I don't know if this is real, but
it's not real.
The 2019 best player nominees have been announced. I'm just going to read the names too quickly, So, Cristiano Ronaldo, Frankie de Jong, Matthijs de Ligt, or de Ligt, however you say his name, Eden Hazard, Harry Kane, Sadio Mane, super Sadio, bruv, Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, Mohamed Salah, and Virgil van Dijk.
Just this season, you got to go Mane, innit?
Literally, but I think there's someone missing though. Raheem Sterling.
Do you know what it is? I think the Champions League thing, isn't it?
That's wrong though, man.
And the fact that they never got, where did they go? Quarters
and then
Kane got to the final, but he weren't there for what?
Well,
but he's Kane though.
He went out. He went out in the quarters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I find that unusual. Raheem Sterling's got to have a mention, but in fairness,
to be fair, Hazard wasn't even in Champions.
Hazard is what I'm saying. But if you're looking
they won.
For me, I think there's one. I think there's one winner. It's Sadio Mane.
It's money.
It's one winner. One winner. But watch, he ain't gonna win it. You know why? He's not marketable enough. I told him he ain't marketable.
You did.
I'm not. That's always.
You know what? But if he won the African nations as well, that would have been secured. I know he got to the final.
Yeah, I don't think so. You know?
I think on a slide he would have got more recognition.
Okay. Do you think? Okay, there would have been less of an argument against, shall I say?
Yeah, but I still.
I'm not saying he still would have won it. He's probably still would have won it.
I don't think like the
AFCON's
not.
He's not cool. He's not cool.
But even
I understood what you meant with the Coutinho thing. I didn't necessarily agree with. But I've never rated Coutinho. Not obviously I rate Coutinho, but I've never thought he was a world class. I never thought he was world level. I thought he was
a really top level
player.
I don't think he's world level.
I've been saying this, but I get vilified by all Liverpool fans and the ones that get on me on Twitter.
Here we go.
Tweet that. Go on, Scott.
I want a top 3 strikers in the last 10 years. Cool. Yeah. Aguero, Suarez, Torres, Kane, Henry, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Drogba, Rooney, Van Persie, and Tevez.
Was Ruud 10 years though?
10 years
What are we
ago.
now?
10 years ago.
I don't care.
So was that
I'm putting him in
2009,
there.
yeah?
So it's from 2009.
All right. Technicals. It might be 11 years, but
Okay, no. But I'm trying to. Like, are we talking about what they did?
I've not
from
left. No,
then?
this isn't my question. I was just asked a question, and
in fairness, someone left off Didier Drogba from that.
Drogba's there.
Was he
Come
in
on, man. Aguero, Suarez, Torres, Kane, Henry, Van Nistelrooy, Drogba, Rooney, Van Persie, Tevez.
in the Premier League or just in
How do you
10
want
years?
it? How do you want it?
I think it changes. I think it changes.
All right, just
the question.
Premiership.
Oh, bruv.
And then I'm going to ask you who's better in general.
If it's
just Premiership
just
impact.
Prem,
I've got my
Sergio Aguero has to be in there.
Top 3.
I genuinely forgot everyone else you said.
I know my 3.
I said my 3 earlier.
I know my 3. Thierry's there. Sergio.
But the thing is, if you go from 2009, like, do you see what I'm saying? If it's like the last 10 years, if you're saying just
Right. Let me change the question. No, standout season. Suarez wins that though, innit? So standout. Is that too easy?
For a standout season?
Bro, for the small impact that he did, it was crazy. But Aguero and Henry over
longer periods.
That's why they're my
But you know
top
what
3.
though? I don't think you can.
But then Torres at Liverpool was different, man.
Listen to me.
Do you remember what he done to Vidic?
Mad.
Do you remember what he done to Vidic?
Yeah.
Brother, all I'm saying is for a period of my life, all I heard was Van Nistelrooy go. Bruv, the key, I hated Ruud van Nistelrooy with a fucking passion.
But then you hate him, like you must fucking have nightmares of Drogba because he was guaranteed.
Do you know what?
To score against us.
Do you know what? I'm happy that Scott's there because I want to raise this point, right? Because these lot vilified me for this point I made. Yeah? Scott, okay, and Scott was maybe. No, let me just ask the question.
I'm feeling nervous.
Let me just ask the question. Because I'm a big believer that if you and I play on the same team and you play with me game in, game out, right? And you're not having your best day, or I know, I get to learn stuff about you. And I get to learn whether you're able to potentially play against certain kinds of players. And when you think about the Premier League, a lot of the players play each other a lot. Some go their whole career playing against the same players.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So my thing is, do you think that, okay, Drogba's impact against Arsenal was, a lot of people say it was more and often down to the fact that Philippe Senderos was marking him.
Drogba was clever in it.
He always migrated
the worst centre back.
Yeah.
Which,
however,
should do.
when you think about some of the centre backs that played with Senderos, that played against Drogba, who were, I suppose, similar in style in terms of
they didn't take
of markers. Thank you. I don't think they led the way they should have, because when I look at Rio and Vidic, yeah, Drogba tried to potentially get Rio into the physical battle so many times, but between him and Vidic, they were so smart that they just never let it happen. Vidic loved the battle. He loved the battle. And to be fair to Vidic,
Rio was ready for
he
one.
didn't lose it.
Yeah,
but Rio was ready if he needed. But they knew that Vidic's strengths were probably more amplified.
You go mark
Didier.
and
if Didier migrates to you, we'll just switch.
But
and I've said this so
who
many
did you
times.
not have to do that though?
Okay, so for me, we had Kolo Touré at one point.
Man.
No, not Sigan. That was 20
Although
years ago.
Touré was good, yeah, he wasn't great in the air though.
No, he weren't great. But you know what though?
But again, we'd have to go to those individual games to see who did Senderos play with.
Don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about
in general.
In the, I can't say majority, but in the I can say in the main.
But I think go on.
Okay, when we all I'm saying is Gallas knew how to mark people out of the game. Gallas was, when Gallas was good, Gallas was unbelievable.
I think
I'm just saying, if I'm
he wasn't great in the air. So if he's playing with Senderos,
but Senderos ain't good in the air.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm trying to say is Gallas, yes, good in my marker, but if the ball's physical up in the air, Drogba's eating him up.
I don't know, man. I think
the thing is, it's hard. You play a ball.
As a defender, you don't always have to win the ball, though.
No one's getting it.
You don't always have to win the ball.
And that was his strength. No, I think your biggest problem, personally, all that time, obviously, you got Senderos block. You've got no one blocking Drogba's feet. You've never ever had Drogba's feet.
No one's doing anything.
You get what I mean? Like, and
as soon as they're challenging, no one's.
I'll never forget. I'll never forget. Anton was playing against Chelsea. Sorry, I'm just pick that name up quickly. One second.
Yeah, do you need help?
Anton was he's playing against Drogba, and I spoke to him that morning.
Yeah.
And we just like talking about what you're gonna do, how you're gonna blah blah. And the thing I spoke to him after, and he said, "Oh, the thing you said that I noticed, like once he sets it, he doesn't want the ball back. Do you get what I mean? So once he sets, go and mark the space again.
Yeah.
Because you don't give it back to Drogba because the space is now where Lampard's going to start attacking or someone's going to start attacking. Yeah. So it was almost like mark him and then drop off.
Get off him.
Mark him and then drop off, or make sure someone's got toes so I don't need to go so close.
Yeah.
And you get what I mean? Like Arsenal have never ever organised that. They've never worked it out. Or
it's weird.
It's just like, we'll just play and then you play.
Because we never coached that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because you're mate.
I guess so. Because surely put someone in front of their feet or make it a harder ball where it's got to now go over your head.
Tony Adams wouldn't have had that.
No.
He'd have said, Vieira, come
stand in toes.
Just screen him.
Stand on toes.
The thing is, it's crazy because it's proper Bobby Basic stuff. I do it even at our level.
Like, we stand Millwall.
Yeah.
If we're playing against Jacob or someone who's going to hold the ball well, Lamin, come and stand on his toes.
Just come and do his toes.
Simple.
The thing is,
I can back off 5 yards now.
Scott drops off. I get into the little tussle.
And now I've got to run up as well.
Now you've got...
If it's in there, I've got to run up. It's
just not, it's not all over, man. Like, someone's just got to take ownership. You ain't even got to drop on my man's toes. I say to our boys, I goes, if you don't want to get toes,
just make it a hard ball.
I goes, just screen it. Like, when he looks up, he can't see it. He can't play the ball.
So now, he's got to play it over your head. So now it's a fight ball.
Now it's up there, boom, and we can control the second ball.
You're not catching it on your chest. And looking around whilst the ball's on your chest. Like, it doesn't make no sense. So I don't know. So, I haven't got your answers.
Sorry.
Aguero, Thierry Henry. Are we just going just forever? Anything?
You can do anything you want. Who's the best guy?
Aguero, Thierry Henry. And it's hard, but I'm going to go Didier Drogba.
Thierry, Aguero. It's hard not to pick Drogba, but I've got to pick Rude.
I went Suarez.
Do you know
only because of the effect. I thought that 2 seasons he had.
It's one of them where I can understand.
He almost won that, made that average team, almost won the league. And I thought that effect he had. And then he went Barca. I know obviously, I don't know if we're judging Prem, but he went Barca and just carried on doing what he was doing.
And he's still doing it.
You know what I mean? If you look at everyone in there, to be fair, there's an argument where you can say,
apart from Kane.
But yeah.
Not
yet. He hasn't. I'm not saying he hasn't, but not yet.
He's got, like, his numbers are crazy. No, Tevez did. Because remember, he went to golf. He went away to golf.
Yeah,
and then he come back and pushed City for the league. He kept West Ham in the league.
Van Persie won the league for Man United.
Van Persie won the league for United. Torres,
that season was unplayable.
Torres was
unplayable. Them Liverpool days.
Mad. See, it was weird because I was obviously I respect Drogba, but I've never been a massive fan. Like, he doesn't score enough goals for me. He's not really.
That was his pullback.
But you know what? For me, it's like if it's the biggest games, if it's a cup final,
that's why I can't argue against him, because 1, he scored in big games, and 2, sometimes their play wasn't set up for him to score. As long as Lampard's scoring 20 a season, Drogba's done his job.
It was get the ball, fing it to him, drop it back, that's what I'm trying to say. I think
Morris was a bit like that sometimes. I think Morris, his career got it never went as far because it's like, he doesn't look dangerous enough. But wait a minute, he's making a lot of other people look dangerous. Do you get what I mean? But when you're 6 foot number 9, I want goals.
What do you expect?
Do you know what I mean? So it's a hard one.
But then you look at, I think he's got 7 or 8 cup final goals.
That's what it is. Yeah, he's scored more cup final goals than
Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry hasn't scored in the final.
Yeah. Henry gets you there. Drogba wins you the cup.
And I hold Henry in very high regard. But you can't argue with that, man. You just knew Drogba would score.
Do you know who else I thought was a big game player? Weirdly, he's probably easier to mark. But I'm telling you, if you look at the seasons that United had when Ruud van Nistelrooy was banging,
you don't know what you're getting.
My Lord,
you don't know what you're getting. He's just gonna bang from nowhere.
It's gonna score out of anything. And I can't stand United. But
there could be like a fuffle in the box, and he's just running with his hand up.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, he was mad.
All I heard was Van Nistelrooy.
And he came from a knee injury, didn't he?
Goal.
Even when he went and when he went Madrid, he was banging goals.
The geezers knew how to score, bro.
Because they bought Zaha, didn't they? And they wanted him a bit more. I know it's because of Ronaldo.
Yeah, because Ronaldo
having
the
beef.
ball. They weren't crossing the ball enough, and all this.
Even Ronaldo having beef, where Zaha was more of a team player, where Van Nistelrooy wanted the ball when he wanted it.
All I remember is Van Nistelrooy go.
To score.
Time after time after time after time. All right, Daps has sent one in there just before. Obviously, I know we got a little bit of time, but Daps has sent one in. He said, "What have you been talking to Daps about Scott? About Keane or Vieira?
Keane or Vieira? Oh, yesterday the question was, I think it was Vieira or
Roy Keane.
No, it wasn't Roy Keane. What was the question?
Well, whoever it was,
Vieira or someone else. And I said, no. I said, basically, I think Keane's disrespected. I don't think he's ever thrown in because he's a madman and because of everything else around it. Because I was been watching clips recently and Keane could play.
He's a player. Yeah.
Like, he used to play between lines and play frontman's feet and play.
It's what you, like, you
I think it was Vieira or Gerrard. I think the question was Vieira or Gerrard.
But
so I threw Keane in the mix. I think Keane's as good as Gerrard was. I genuinely do. He didn't score the goals, but he did. But he did, generally.
I think I like Gerrard, but I do think like you can get a lot of Gerrard, you know?
Yeah.
He's passionate. He was at Liverpool. Like Gerrard was a don. But like, when people compare him to Scholes, like for me, that's not even a question.
No, it doesn't even work.
I mean, like when you like top end midfielders.
Lampard though, but yeah.
You prefer Lampard?
I prefer Gerrard over Lampard.
Do you?
Yeah.
I prefer Lampard
as a player.
Personally.
Why? But I love Lampard as a person. I don't know why. I just like him.
I like both as people.
Yeah.
I personally like
Gerrard.
All
round.
I just, you know what? It's with me.
Was always my argument.
I think my problem with Lampard was,
but obviously gives me everything.
Growing up as a midfielder or whatever, I just don't think Lampard done what I was ever taught. Like Lampard, and I get what he does. He suck you and play long ball around the corner and he'll outrun you, edge of the box, bang. But he never conducted a game. And where I see Ali, and especially Dapo would always like, Dapo is on Ali or whatever. Yeah. And I think Lampard was the same. I don't think he did anything apart from score goals, because goals is a big thing. But you was doing like how Ali is. You're not getting involved in things. You're not dominating a game. Where Gerrard did dominate a game a little bit.
I'll agree to an extent where it was like that argument of, like if he doesn't score. But then not even the problem, but he scored. Yeah,
but
he just 20, did it.
He scored 20 a season.
Because everyone says
he scored 20 a season.
Score, but
he allowed Drogba not to score 20 goals a season. Yeah.
I mean,
people don't even notice that Drogba didn't score a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Because of Lampard.
And because Drogba scored the big games.
And whatever. Yeah, big games. And then you've got Lampard and everyone. So, yeah.
I did like Lampard. I thought... not great range of passing. I thought he was a decent
range. No, I didn't hate him. I just didn't put him up.
My thing, I did again. Like, I liked Gerrard because he was dynamic. You know what I mean? Like, and he could like in Champions League final when he went and he kind of finished out right back and things like that. But I don't know.
But this is the thing. See, with that right back thing, he was put there because he was not causing a problem in midfield, but he was in the way in midfield. He was positioned because don't forget they had the diamond, didn't they? They had
Alonso,
Pirlo, Gattuso. No, AC. They had Pirlo, Gattuso, Seedorf, and or Kaka
or Ricardo.
Yeah, Kaka would have been at the top of the diamond.
But basically, Liverpool couldn't handle that, so they had to put him on, and they brought Haman on.
Kaka played off
Shevchenko.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So diamond. So imagine you had a diamond. Imagine you had a diamond and Kaka.
Yeah,
so that's just all sorts of bodies in midfield.
That's mad.
They put Haman on at half time, and that's what changed the game. Do you get what I mean? So
it was, isn't it?
Put Haman on, changed the game. Haman with Alonso in midfield.
And then I think, was it Vladimir Smica that came more
maybe
inside?
And then someone was right. Yeah, then Gerrard was right.
Gerrard went right back, innit?
Yeah, because he was too loose. So that's why even in England when they played Gerrard and Lampard, it was too loose. They needed Carrick in there, but they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because both of them just kind of go walkies, isn't it?
Or Hargreaves, just to give the shape. But for me, it should have always been Carrick. He should have over 100 caps. But yeah, back to the Roy Keane and
like
I just think he's level. I just don't think he ever gets spoken about as top midfielders in the Prem
because of all the other the side bits.
That's what I'm saying. And he didn't score the goals. Whereas Lampard, Gerrard, them man score goals.
And then again, but this is where it comes back to, and I'm not necessarily, you know, like when like the goals and then it's borderline into that whole stats thing again.
Yeah.
Because I've had the conversation before with people and it's like, like when you talk about, I was having it with a Chelsea fan and it's like, like Lampard, he scored, and don't get me wrong, that's crazy, innit? Like
his numbers
he's the top goal scorer.
Yeah,
that's mental, innit?
Yeah.
But then it's like
over 100.
Okay, like that's crazy, but
it's mental.
If the fundamental thing that we're judging on is goals, like, and you're not a striker, then it's like, okay, what? So effectively, he's better than Zidane. He's better than Pirlo.
Well, that's what I remember. There was an argument. Ray Parlour was comparing Lampard with Iniesta. Most stats will show you.
This is what I'm saying.
Most stats will show you Lampard's better than Iniesta.
He isn't in the world.
Because what stats don't show as well sometimes, I can get the ball and split the whole world into Lamin, and all you do is just roll it across for Scotty to score.
True.
Lamin's got an assist.
But my balls opened the game up. No one could see that pass.
Or you put the ball into me as a front man and I missed the target.
You've done what you're supposed to do. If you've now got a striker that scores 30, 40 goals a season, your assist naturally go up. Do you get what I mean? Or a winger, if you've got a winger when you're crossing to a forward, that's...
How many times I say it's just the old school thing, but this is where it's hard as well because like football's not everyone's full-time job. But sometimes, like, especially like on the Twitter and that,
expectations.
Everyone just kind of goes on like, say we're all football experts. We love football, everyone does, but we can't live and die by an opinion that isn't rock solid. Like, if I watch something a lot, like I watched a lot of Napoli when Sarri was manager. Yeah. So I would ride or die by my opinion because I watched that more than I watched Arsenal. Yeah, because I watched that every week. But no, you know what I mean? And you will challenge it. And you're within your right because it's like, no, but I've seen this and I've seen that. But if I just, if I see something for 10 minutes here and there, I can form an opinion on that, which I should, but I can't live or die by it. They can't be strong because it's not like, you have to watch 90-minute games of people to see like the real deal that a man can do in it.
But this is what my thing about this Pogba thing was. Because I wasn't saying that I wasn't saying he's shit because he isn't. And I wasn't saying that he bossed games like what you were saying, Scott. But what I was saying to people is that if you see impact and if you see time in the match, you'll probably see, and this is why I picked KDB, you'll probably see that KDB is more active a lot more.
No, he is. And that's why
I think sometimes, I think naturally as well, but I think that team, that Man City team, you've got to be...
You have to be. Everyone's involved.
Do you get what I mean? So
all the time.
Sometimes it's hard. Like, you'd like to see Pogba in that Man City team and say, I would
love to see what he can do.
But again, in that Man City team, he might be the holding one.
Exactly.
He might be the holding. It depends. I don't know. It all depends, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a crazy one. It's a crazy one. But I think, and this is what makes football amazing, isn't it? Because obviously everyone's got their own little... I find that the people who are most confident with an opinion are the ones who are...
don't know nothing. Barbershop. In the barbershop. Go any barbershop. Any barbershop. The opinions are so strong.
It's crazy.
So strong.
Do you know what I mean?
And they speak with facts. That's it. This is it. I've spoken now and that's it.
I've said it and that's what...
I know.
Yeah.
I spoke to him.
Yeah, I spoke to him. I know. They told me.
I spoke to Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
No, that is interesting. But for me, I think, just come back to the point, I think, I don't really... When I look at, and not because he was like a role model for me as a player, but I don't think the Premier League has seen a better midfielder than Patrick, in my opinion.
All rounds?
Well, this is the thing. He's not an all-rounder. He was never all-rounded.
I think he was, He was box to box. Petit used to sit a lot more than he did.
Petit sat. What I mean by all-rounder is that Patrick ain't he's not your Pirlo that's gonna dictate games, gonna strong balls.
He's a box to box. He's
dynamic.
But there's different sorts of all-rounders though, isn't there?
I just really say this. He didn't really give the ball away. Yeah. He got on it enough to kind of make that point.
Did he conduct games enough?
I don't think he was never really a conductor, but what he did do, to be fair, with his running, he affected games. But what he did do also was conduct. No, he affected the tempo of the match. Because when Patrick wants to pick it up,
let's go. He
the whole thing comes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But when he wants to slow it down, he might not show for it. He might just give a little one touch.
Petit was very important to that Arsenal team.
And same when they bought Gilberto and then
it's like we might but because we see the long leg tackles and the last.
Yeah, but that's all
we look at him as a DM, but he wasn't a DM. He was a lot more than that. Yeah. And the same as Roy Keane. That's what I'm saying. He was a lot more than that. Obviously, he went back into that when Scholes and then man come. But again, originally when Butt was there, remember when Butt was holding it,
and even like before that, like him and Paul Ince and that. He got so many goals, like late runs in the box midfield.
I wasn't necessarily saying Keane's better than his man, but I think he deserves to be in the conversation a lot more than he ever is. Like, when has he ever mentioned in midfielders?
No, he's not. Do you know, like, even with, like you saying with the Vieira one, like, I wouldn't necessarily say, like, I get why you're saying that, but like, for me, it wasn't like necessarily like technically what he could do, but the effect he had. It's the rest of it. But if we went 1-0 down, Patrick Vieira's going to put everyone and the dog on his back, and he's going to drive the team forward.
I think that's what football, especially Premiership football. Premiership football is about effectiveness nowadays. It's not about who's the best and who's this. It's about how effective you are. Ramirez was the best.
Do you think it misses that though?
What do you mean?
No.
What?
How many midfielders do you see today that put the team on their back and carry the whole thing?
I think Gerrard might have been one of the last to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's different now.
Isn't it?
It's different.
In what way?
For me, like, it's different in terms
You've got
of
wingers scoring now, where your goals come from the wide. Like, don't forget, back in at them days, what we're talking about, where you carry your man on the back of your team.
4-4-2.
You got your strikers scoring. You got your wingers working hard and getting crosses in. You get what I mean? It's a lot more straightforward. Where now midfielders, you got to work hard. Leave the forwards to go and do what they're doing.
It's kind of what it is now.
Run back. You don't have to do certain things. So it just changed the dynamic.
Yeah, it
just changed the dynamic.
Fullbacks, you come and play inside with us a little bit now. Let them go and stay over there and do what they're doing.
Leave them to attack.
You know what I mean? Even to an extent, it's like, yeah, you're my number 9, but I'm not going to judge you.
I want goals from you. Yeah.
Like a Firmino, he'll have a season where he's flying, but if he doesn't, I don't think
if he gets 12, 15 a season, he's done good. He's done a good season.
Because of all the other bits that he does.
And that doesn't affect, as long as Mane and Salah are scoring their 20s.
Doing the goals.
Yeah.
Just like Drogba. That's what I'm saying about Drogba. As long as Lampard and Robin or Malouda or whoever was playing at the time
coming off of me is scoring,
then it's okay.
Happy days.
It's only when you look at people like Carlton Cole and them players that used to hold the Heskey
and Heskey,
but they weren't in the right team where I've got a player that's going to score 20, 30 goals a season where it doesn't. When Heskey was playing with Owen, that's when no one mentioned his goals because someone else is scoring the goals and it doesn't matter about you.
Imagine if say Heskey was playing now in a time where you're number 9, it's not just score goals. Like you've got lots of roles and responsibilities.
Differently now.
I'm not saying he'd be a world beater, but he'd get a lot more credit probably
100%.
because look, he gets the ball, it sticks. He
brings people in,
sets the ball,
closes people down.
My man got 20 goals a season off of him, and he's nicked another 10 himself. Because to be fair, I mean, he wasn't scoring like crazy goals, but he'd get 10, 12 goals a season.
Drogba, I think one of Drogba's best seasons was 13.
Serious?
13 goals. I think he might have got 20 once.
I think he had,
but in general, it was 13 roughly.
I think when the last game when they bashed up, was it Wigan? I think he got golden boot that year. I think he got like 4 in the last game. But I remember because initially when Drogba come, but he took a while to find
he's got 30. First 3 seasons, he definitely scored about 12, 13, 100%. But he was still doing decent.
That's interesting, man. It's interesting. To be fair, some of the points you made really kind of made me think there about, especially just when you look at someone like Heskey,
underappreciated.
Well, I thought he was at the time because in fairness, I thought he had more ability.
But you've got someone like Shane Long. Scores 3 goals in a season and he doesn't really get judged on goals.
That is mad. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, and people will always say...
You see, earlier on when I said about Daniel being a 6 foot, that's what I'm trying to say. You expect more from it because you're 6 foot, you're this, you're that.
Yeah.
But you don't think that's because of where he plays? I mean, like the team he plays. No. Like,
no matter who he plays for, he's only going to score. He won't score more than 6 goals a season.
That's mad, right? Can we call him a striker? But it is what it is anyway. No, it's an interesting one, man. It's an interesting one. I think there's a lot still. I mean, when does the window close? What window closes?
Start of the season.
Next, is it 7
2
days?
weeks.
When is it the 10th? Is that the first game?
Championship starts this week, isn't it? This week.
Yeah, this Friday.
10th of the season.
Wait. So it will finish when?
Friday, I think, the night before.
Oh, really?
Normally a Friday. I swear they kick off with a Friday.
Wait. So you can get.
But they can sell you.
Okay.
Foreign clubs can sell and buy you still.
Oh, okay.
That's where Pogba and them man can still go. Yeah.
Oh, to Spain and that. But China's shutting this week.
Yeah, China's shut.
I think they're shut now.
China's shut, yeah.
I didn't realise it become like a global thing where you had different windows for different countries.
It wasn't. It was always weird, September, but then the clubs are complaining that
it's too late.
You're signing players whilst they're playing at, and
which to be fair is a good point.
I understand it.
To be fair is a good point, but it's kind of fucked it all up, man. I think they should potentially.
I like September.
Same
personally
because it just makes everything easy.
Yeah. So.
And you just knew that the season started. All right, cool. They played a couple games, but he's left. But I can understand. But it's the same rules for everyone, isn't it? Yeah, well, I don't know. But I think there's still a lot to happen. Hopefully, anyway, this window, I won't talk about Arsenal, but hopefully as well. I want Liverpool to sign someone.
I'm glad they're not. I think his Klopp's come out and said that why are we so obsessed in England with signing players?
Yeah, but he needs it.
What does he need?
No, he needs a midfielder, man.
What does he need?
He's got
Fabinho,
in order to take him over the top.
Don't forget he's got Oxlade-Chamberlain and Lallana back as well. Why does he need to sign someone? And that's what he was saying. He said we're obsessed with signing players in England. Someone's sign. Like he's talking about, he's got rid of Sturridge. He's got this youngster coming through. Like, let me play him. But you're not going to tell me that I need to go and sign someone.
No, he definitely doesn't need no one up front.
Do you get what I mean?
Definitely fine for that.
He's like, so that, I liked his point. Like, why do I have to sign someone?
But do you not think Liverpool need to strengthen?
If the right player comes along, but don't just sign for the sake of signing.
But in what position?
We need a player. You tell me. You said they need a sign. You said they need someone.
I think they need a midfielder. I think they need a proper holder, in my opinion.
A holder.
I think a
Fabinho.
No. But
is it Fabinho? No, it's Fabinho. What's the other one?
Yeah, it's Fabinho.
Fabinho.
It is Fabinho. But I think they need a player too.
Ox is the missing link. The link that they've got.
Do you think so?
A driver from midfield.
That's what I'm saying. They need
a driver.
I think they need a two though. I think they need a two holder because they've got Keita who likes to go box.
They don't really play with a 10 now. They've got Firmino there. Don't forget, they got Firmino, yeah? They got Firmino that drops off and the wingers, they come in.
They come inside. And then
because they've got two holders, they got two holders already. They're fullbacks both.
Yeah.
So they've still got four back.
Yeah.
But if they've got Ox driving from the middle, I don't know. I find it could work.
What do you reckon? What Ox sort of what?
Not as a 10, but just as an 8, like how Lampard was with Thingy, that just free to just go and you've got security that I've got
enough
Ronaldo and Thingy back or Milner and Fabinho back or whatever.
I think that's where he's at his best. He done well for Arsenal.
He's just loose
when he played in that role.
In that
and to be fair, just before he got injured
as well.
When he got injured for Liverpool, he went there and he was doing well, and then he got injured.
Don't stand him in 10 because he'll just stand still. He just needs to arrive there. He'll be all right.
See, I think potentially, I if it was me, that's what I would do. But also, I think they need
Henderson.
They need a partner. Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but certain man, I don't rate some of them. Man.
They'd have to get rid of them.
But that's the problem.
This is two club captains as well. This is the problem. They signed someone.
I think you can keep Milner. I'm not a Henderson man.
No.
But the more everything goes, I get why he has Henderson around. I don't know why he's on the pitch, but I get why he's
he's one of them on the pitch. I think he needs Milner and Henderson, like one of them.
But I equally think he needs a partner for Virgil. I think the partner's the people he's got. I think they're too weak.
Joe Gomez.
If he's fit, though, isn't it? When he's back, is he back? Is he not back? Is he
young, man?
Again?
He's still young. Joe Gomez. I like him a lot.
Gomez is wicked.
He must really believe in his players, anyway.
A lot.
Which is obviously why he's not.
But if you believe in your players, the players believe in themselves.
It's true.
Shout out Spence.
Trying.
For this season. He's ready for this season.
I hope the players are listening.
Right, well, do you know what? I don't think we can end it on a better one than that. It's a nice little quote. Shout out what's it called? The inverted pyramid as well. Inverting the pyramid.
Inverting the pyramid.
The history of football tactics. This one is by Jonathan Wilson. Who's he?
Just a geezer, isn't he?
Guy called John.
Jono.
On that note, well, yeah. All right. Well, look, loads happening. I think we'll be back in next Wednesday, Friday.
Wednesday, I might not be here because we got a reserve game. I need to go and watch a couple boys.
Watch, yeah. All right, big up, Scotty. Plans for the rest of the week, brother?
Nothing. That's the truth of it. Just chasing the boy.
That's what it's about.
Can I put a 7-day in for Carter now?
Let's go. Palms Foundation.
To sign him now. Yeah, get him up Palmer, mate. Get him up Palmer.
Let's go.
Nah, quality. Nah, but yeah. All right. I think that's about it then, boys.
Yeah.
We're out.
Nice.
Peace. Easy.